How's it, MilPM? This is a short video just to let you know our plans for church during the remainder of this lockdown and COVID-19 period. This coming Sunday will be our 5th Sunday where we will not be able to meet together at the mill as we normally love to do. And we know that at least for another 2 weeks we won't be able to do that as the lockdown extends to the end of April. But I think it's probably reasonable to assume that the lockdown will end in a step-by-step fashion, and that in all likelihood we won't probably be able to have corporate gatherings for a good while after that. I'm at least expecting that probably for the month of May we won't be able to gather at the mill either, or in our homes for small community group type meetings, which means that, and many people are calling it this, what we are in right now is now a new normal of kinds. And I think it's just really helpful for us to begin to see that this is no longer just a short thing that we have to push through, but now this is a season, this is a period, this is a significant time of our lives. 5 weeks will have passed by Sunday, and in all likelihood we probably have at least another 5 weeks of doing church like this. And I actually, as I've said a number of times, I'm incredibly excited. I wanted to record this video just to give you all an idea of what church at MilPM will look like for the remaining period of this social distancing and no longer being able to gather together. I am particularly excited because all of our efforts as a church are now all online, which means that you don't have to be in Cape Town to be a part of our community during this time. Many of you have already traveled to go and be with friends and family during this time, and some of you have permanently moved away from Cape Town. But you're able to reconnect with us as a community, and it's been so awesome to see a number of friends and old faces come into our virtual chat rooms, connect with us on Sundays. If you are connected to a local church in your area already, we want you to remain connected to that community and to remain connected to what is happening in their space. We really would encourage you to do that. But if you're not connected to a community, or if you just want to come along on this journey with us, I think it's so exciting to think that we can do local church not based on geography in this season, but purely based on relationship. And so one of the things that I am really excited about doing church online in this moment is the fact that we get to connect with people not based on where we are, but purely based on the connection that we have, the relationship that we're building. And so it's an opportunity for all of us to get involved. And this video is just an explanation of how you can get involved in MilPM during this COVID-19 period. There are three big things I want to highlight in this video. The first thing is that these words of encouragement, and they've been averaging about 3 times a week, will continue. This is just an opportunity for me and a number of other leaders that will be sending out these messages in the coming weeks to help all of us in our daily devotions with God. There are opportunities for us to guide and lead you, to connect with God, to stay encouraged, to be reminded that God is with you, and to encourage you to reach out to others and to love others in your space. I know that many of you have been saying that your phones have been going wild in this season. All of a sudden, everybody's WhatsApping you. And so if you feel that you don't want to receive these messages, please just let me know and I'll take you off the broadcast list. There's absolutely no obligation for you to receive them. But I also know that some of you have been really appreciating these messages. And so these messages will continue most likely about 3 times a week. And so the first one, you just have to receive. You just have to open up your phone, watch a video, read a write-up, and then just use that as a moment to connect with God in your own space. You just receive. That's number 1. Number 2, our community groups or our small groups have continued to meet virtually online. Many of our groups are using the Jitsi platform, which is really helpful because no one has to register. You can use it for free. You can meet for as long as you want. And it also allows those with slower internet connections to still remain connected, possibly turning off their cameras and just being able to hear sound and speak back as well. And I have visited a number of our community groups over the last week, and I have been astounded by the amount of life that is in these virtual opportunities, these virtual community groups. And so if you're not in a community group, maybe you're just drifted away from a community group in this season of your life, maybe you're new to Mill PM and you haven't had an opportunity to connect with a community group, I really encourage you not to wait until June, July, or whenever it is that we finally get back into the mill and we're allowed to once again meet in our homes. I want to encourage you to connect into a community group right now. It's so easy. I guess all you need is some form of a reliable internet connection. And that enables you in your own home to connect with others online. And it really is a powerful space. I've really loved connecting with a number of our groups. And underneath this video, we'll put a list of the various groups that meet, what time they meet, what day they meet. And you can also just reply to this message. Just send a reply back to me, and I'd love to help you get connected into one of those community groups. I really think there's such opportunity, guys, to build relationally with each other. And I really want to encourage you to prioritize connecting with a virtual and online Mill PM community group. Then the third thing I want to talk into is what our Sunday kind of church gatherings are going to look like. We've had a few different things that we've tried over the last 4 weeks, and I think we've kind of settled now onto something that I think is helpful for everyone. First of all, for those who don't have great internet connection and aren't able to dial up to something live, the Sunday messages are always going to be pre-recorded. And so that means that you can watch them, you can download your own worship songs and respond to the message in your own way in your own home. Those messages will go out around Sunday afternoon. Also, we're hoping to record some of our own worship sets, and if that works out, we're able to send those out, and you can use those pre-recorded worship sets on your own on a Sunday to connect with God with those in your home. And so that's just a great way for everyone, even those who don't have a solid internet connection, to still receive the message on a Sunday and still have an opportunity to connect with God and respond to what God is saying to us as a community. For those who would like to, and for those who have an adequate internet connection, we'll continue to use Zoom to connect with each other in a live chat room on Sunday. And those meetings will consist of a teaching and possibly also some live worship. And if we do live worship again, we'll make sure that the sound is of a better quality than what we had of this last week if you were involved in that meeting. I'm really enjoying the opportunity to do these Zoom Sunday meetings because it's an opportunity for us as a broader group to come together. This past Sunday, we had about 38 people dial up, which was amazing and wonderful to see. And it really was a great opportunity for me just to see some of your faces as I'm continually looking into my own face in this camera. It was just wonderful for me to see some of your faces and to see the life of God that is in you. And so we'll continue to do that for those who are able to come online and connect with us on Sundays in that way. And so friends, I just want to encourage you during this time to make the most of your personal walk with the Lord. Receive the devotional messages that we're sending out and allow God to use them. Connect with a community group, connect with a small group, a virtual group, dial in, commit yourself to that. And then thirdly, remain committed to growing and learning on a Sunday with all of us through the teaching from God's Word, and for those who can, to gather with us in a Zoom chat room. We've decided to use Zoom for our Sunday services because we feel like it is a more reliable platform, especially for bigger numbers. I know that a few people have expressed concern over the safety of Zoom, and if that's you, we don't want to place you in a compromised position. You're more than welcome not to connect in those spaces, and we will continue to monitor the safety aspects around Zoom. We are also aware that if somebody wants to connect with Zoom, they can turn their camera off and turn their sound off and still connect in a live way and not necessarily speak or show their face. But we just feel like after giving it some thoughts and asking around and looking at what a number of other people are doing, we just feel that for now, Zoom is going to be the most reliable platform for us to use on a Sunday. Love you guys so much and so excited for this season of church at Mill PM. It's a season for growth, guys. This is not a season to shrink back. This is not a season to survive. And I'm beginning to preach now my Sunday message. So if this is getting you excited, then be sure to dial in on Sunday. This, friends, is a season for growth. Can't wait to see you guys on Sunday.